Right. So today we're really diving deep, and I mean deep.
Deep.
Yeah, into one of those places everyone's heard of. Like,
Right.
they've seen the pictures. It's beautiful, like stunning mountains and valleys.
Gorgeous.
But it's also, kind of infamous for being this super contested region, right?
Yeah.
Jammu and Kashmir.
Jammu and
I'm
Kashmir.
going to try to unravel how did this place get
Yeah.
so complicated, right?
The long story.
It is a long story.
That's for sure.
We're talking like 1936 all
Yeah.
the way up to 2025, like today.
To the present day, yeah.
So we're talking wars,
uprisings,
like all the stuff that happens when people are really struggling for
control, yeah.
control of a region, autonomy, self-determination, all that good stuff wrapped up in this really fascinating,
absolutely fascinating,
troubled,
yeah. So, we got a lot of material to get through. A lot of history to cover, yeah.
So buckle up, because we're gonna move quickly,
right?
But hopefully,
hit the high points.
Hit those high points, exactly.
It is amazing how this one region has been so central.
Yeah, right.
To so many major events. I mean, you think about it, like the end of the British Empire.
Oh, yeah.
The creation of India and Pakistan, right there.
Right there in the thick of it.
And still today, you know, all the geopolitical stuff in Asia.
It's all happening there.
It's all happening there.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, to understand any of it, we got to rewind way back.
Okay,
1936.
All right.
Jammu and Kashmir is ruled by this guy, Maharaja Hari Singh.
The Maharaj.
Important to remember, Hindu ruler.
Right.
But most of the people living there.
Overwhelmingly Muslim. Yeah.
So that's kind of already
a little bit of a recipe for,
a little bit of a tension there, right?
Yeah.
And then fast forward, not too far, 10 years. 1946, things start to heat up.
Okay.
The Quit Kashmir movement kicks off.
Oh, right.
The national conference, they're like, we've had enough of this Dogra dynasty, we're done.
Yeah. So this Quit Kashmir movement, is this just a purely anti-monarchy thing, or is it something deeper, more nuanced?
It's interesting, right? Because it is, on the surface, it's okay, we want to get rid of the Maharaja.
Yeah.
But from what we've been reading, it's really about these big ideas democratic rights, self-governance, addressing inequality, the stuff
stuff that's going to keep popping up.
Keeps coming back.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
So this is all kind of right before things get really crazy in 1947, right?
Oh, yeah. This is the prequel to the main event,
Yeah.
India and Pakistan, they become independent.
Huge moment.
For
the region.
For the world. I mean, come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
A big deal.
The whole world changes.
The whole world changes, yeah. And Hari Singh, this Maharaja, he's like, you know what? I'm going to stay independent.
He wants to go his own way.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But then, and this is where things get really messy, October 26th, 1947.
Okay.
Pakistani tribesmen, they invade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the Maharaj is like, uh-oh, I need help.
Yeah.
So he turns to India.
And that's where the accession happens.
Accession, boom, that's the word.
Yeah, I mean, talk about a pivotal moment.
Right, this one event, changes the whole trajectory.
It's a chain reaction.
Yeah.
Domino.
And you can see why it's still so contested, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Because it was this, moment of crisis.
Yeah.
Forced decision.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, everything explodes from their war.
Yeah.
Immediately.
The first Indo-Pak War.
1947-48.
Yeah.
And this is when we see that first
split
of the region.
India ends up with most of it.
2/3.
Kashmir Valley, Jammu, Ladakh.
All the big names, yeah.
Yeah, big parts.
And Pakistan gets
that northwestern portion.
Yeah.
What becomes Azad Jammu and Kashmir. And Gilgit-Baltistan.
Right off the bat, it's
divided. This is literally right as these two countries are born.
I know. It's crazy. 1948, there's a ceasefire, thank goodness.
Right. The UN steps in.
And
they establish the line of control.
Law-C, right.
That's what everyone refers to. Yeah?
Everyone always talks about, yeah.
It was supposed to be temporary.
Yeah, okay, we'll figure this out later.
Right, figure it out later.
But guess what?
It's still there. Decades later.
Yeah.
It's basically the border now.
De facto border.
Mm-hmm.
So we're now in this period,
okay.
1948 to 1972.
All right.
And, everyone's trying to figure out, okay, what's the deal with Kashmir in India?
Right. How does this work?
Yeah, how does this work?
It's a new relationship.
And in 1952, there's this agreement, the Delhi Agreement.
Oh, yeah.
And it's between Sheikh Abdullah,
big name,
Kashmiri leader, and of course Nehru, Prime Minister of India.
Yeah.
And they hammer out this deal that gives Kashmir's
some autonomy.
Autonomy, right.
Yeah.
Within the Indian Constitution.
Under this special provision, Article 370.
Article 370, there it is. Like, it's a big deal.
It is.
Because it lets them have their own constitution, right? Their own laws about...
pretty much everything.
Almost everything.
Except defense, foreign affairs, you know.
Yeah, the big, like, national stuff.
The big overarching national stuff, but
still, it's like...
still a lot of autonomy.
A lot of autonomy, right.
And for a lot of people in Kashmir, this was seen as, like...
huge.
A really important protection of their identity, their distinct identity.
Absolutely. Like, okay, we're part of India, but we're also...
we're also our own thing.
Our own thing, yeah. But, you know, it wouldn't...
a good story.
A good story.
If it just went smoothly from there.
If everything just worked out.
Right.
1953.
Uh-huh.
Sheikh Abdullah.
The guy they just made the deal with.
The key guy.
Yeah.
Dismissed.
Wow.
Imprisoned.
That's a fight.
Like a setback.
Yeah.
A major setback.
This is a huge turning point, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, what do you think? Why was this such a big deal?
I mean, it got to feel like betrayal, right?
Yeah.
Like, you just negotiated this agreement, this autonomy.
You're the key figure.
And then, boom, you're out.
You're out, yeah.
It really undermines the trust.
The trust, yeah.
And I think it fuels this feeling.
Like you've been sidelined.
Yeah, marginalized.
Like, your voice doesn't matter. What was the point of all that?
Yeah, exactly.
And it just kind of festers, right?
It festers. It grows.
It's resentment.
And then to make matters worse.
Yeah.
2 more wars between India and Pakistan. 1965 and 1971.
These are big wars.
They're huge, yeah.
Huge. And they're not even just about Kashmir.
No. They're about a lot of things.
There's a whole bigger context. But
they definitely
solidify the control.
Yeah.
Like, whatever gains were made, whatever lines were drawn, they're pretty much set after these wars.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this is
the reality on the ground.
The reality, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get the Simla Agreement in 72.
Okay, Simla Agreement.
Indira Gandhi and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto.
Trying to, like, reset things after that 71 war.
Yeah, like, okay, let's be friends, maybe.
Right.
It's a big part of this agreement.
Is that they basically say, okay, that line of control.
Yeah.
That's the border.
De facto border.
Officially.
Like, it's a big diplomatic move.
It is.
Trying to prevent more fighting.
Right.
But, and this is key.
That doesn't actually solve the problem.
Solve the problem.
Of who actually owns Kashmir.
Right. It's like they're saying, okay, no more fighting.
But we're not going to actually deal with the root issue.
It's like putting a Band-Aid on a really deep wound.
It's like, well, at least we're not bleeding anymore.
Right.
But that doesn't mean we're healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is something you see in so many other conflicts around the world.
Like, ceasefire lines become...
borders.
Yeah.
And nobody's happy.
Yeah.
But it's like, what do you do?
Right, so it's like, okay, we've got this uneasy peace.
Yeah.
But then things get even more complicated in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, yeah.
This is when militancy
really takes root.
Yeah.
And the 87 elections are seen as like...
a turning point.
A real turning point.
Because there were all these accusations of...
rigging,
like, these elections weren't fair.
Right.
And people are pissed. Yeah, like, this is not democracy.
Right.
And it creates this perfect environment for
groups to exploit that anger.
Yeah. And these groups, they're getting support from Pakistan. So it becomes this whole other international dimension. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this leads to some truly awful events.
Yeah.
Like in the late 80s, early 90s, you have over 100,000
Kashmiri
Pandits, a Hindu minority.
Yeah.
Fleeing the violence.
It's a mass exodus.
It's an exodus, forced displacement.
Horrible.
It's heartbreaking, right?
Yeah. And it really shows
the human cost.
Of
this conflict.
And how
it's not just about politics and borders. It's about
people's lives. Communities.
Getting ripped apart.
And India, they respond to all this with AFSPA.
AFSPA, the Armed Forces Special Powers Act.
Right.
A lot of power to the military.
A lot of power. And it's been really controversial.
Oh, yeah.
Like, on the one hand, they're saying, look, we need to
control the situation.
It's chaos.
Yeah.
But on the other hand,
human rights concerns.
Yeah. Like, are these powers
too broad?
Are they being abused?
Are they making things worse?
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's a situation.
Because there are no easy answers.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have the Kargil War in 99.
Kargil, yeah.
Which just shows how fragile
that peace is.
That peace is, right.
Like, even with the Simla agreement, even with all that, it's still...
one little spark.
And it all goes up in flames.
And it all goes up in flames. Yeah. Pakistani soldiers and militants, they infiltrate...
across the line of control.
Across the loss.
Yeah. Into Kargil and Dras.
And just shows you...
that Kashmir is still...
this flashpoint.
Way at flashpoint, yeah.
And so now we're into the 21st century.
Okay.
2000 to 2019.
Right.
And things are still...
things are still tense.
Tense, yeah.
Yeah.
You have protests.
Uprisings,
crackdowns. Especially between 2008 and 2016. It's just this constant cycle of unrest.
Right.
And it just shows how deep those grievances run.
Right. Yeah, there's so many different factors feeding into it.
Yeah.
You know, socioeconomic issues, political frustrations.
Lack of trust.
And, you know.
And then 2016,
Rouhani,
a militant leader, is killed.
Right.
And it sparks these massive protests, and it really shows you how volatile the situation is, right? And it also shows how, for some people, militancy is...
a way to express those frustrations.
Yeah, like, they see it as...
their only
the only option.
Yeah.
And then we get to this.
Huge turning point.
August 5th, 2019.
Article 370.
Article 370 revoked.
Yeah.
Along with Article 35A.
Right.
It's massive.
Massive change.
Because this is what gave...
Kashmir that special status.
Yeah.
And our sources have, like, so many different takes on this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean...
like, some people are.
Totally for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They say, this is going to bring Kashmir fully into India. It's going to be great for development and discrimination.
Right.
But then you have people who are...
totally against it.
Yeah.
And they're saying, this is a betrayal. This is erasing our identity. This was done without our consent. It's a huge, huge deal. And the aftermath is...
intense, yeah. Jammu and Kashmir, it's no longer a state.
Right, it's split into two
union territories.
Yeah, Jammu and Kashmir.
Ladakh.
Internet shutdown, curfews.
And the world is watching, right?
Oh, yeah.
Pakistan, China, they're not happy.
They're not happy at all.
And it just shows how global this issue is.
This is a global issue, yeah.
It's not just India's internal matter.
Not at all.
And then, like, okay, we're now in the really recent years.
Okay.
2020 to 2025.
Right.
And we see the consequences of all this.
Of Article 370 being revoked.
Yeah.
And just the ongoing...
tensions.
Yeah. Like 2020, 2021, you have those clashes between China and India.
In Ladakh,
yeah.
Galwan Mali.
It's like, okay, this is not directly related to Kashmir.
Not directly, but it shows you the whole region.
The whole region is...
a cinderbox. It's like one wrong move.
Yeah.
And it could all...
explode. And then you have these new domicile laws. Which are basically saying, okay, anyone can live in Jammu and Kashmir now.
Doesn't matter if you're from there or not.
Yeah, and people are worried. What's going to happen to the demographics?
The demographics?
Yeah, culture?
Yeah, is it going to change the whole character of the place?
Right, and it's tied to those issues of identity that we talked about.
Right, exactly.
What are you getting?
Like, what does it mean to be Kashmiri?
Yeah.
And then you have this weird situation where in 2022, 2023, militant attacks are going up.
Still a security threat.
Huge security threat.
But at the same time, they're building new infrastructure.
Okay.
Tourism is booming.
Wow.
So it's this strange mix of, like...
instability and progress.
Yeah, and it kind of shows you how...
people are trying to live their lives.
Yeah.
Even with all this going on.
Even with all the uncertainty, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's that G20 summit.
Oh, right, in Srinagar.
2023.
Tourism summit.
India's like, look, things are normal.
Things are fine.
Come visit.
But
of course, Pakistan is...
not having it. Big protests.
Yeah, it's like you can't just act like you...
own the place,
yeah.
Right.
So the dispute is still...
very much alive,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, here we are, 2024, 2025.
The present day.
And you see these local political parties.
Yeah.
They're demanding statehood back.
Oh, they want to go back from a union territory?
Yeah, like we want more control over our own affairs.
More autonomy, yeah.
So
it's like...
it's never over, is it?
This story's not over.
No.
Like, by a long shot.
Jammu and Kashmir, it's still one of the most...
complicated politically.
places in the world.
Yeah.
India, Pakistan, China.
Tensions are still there.
Yeah. And it's like, what's going to happen next?
It really makes you think, like, this story...
yeah.
It's about history. It's about politics.
Yeah.
But it's also about
people, real people's lives
caught in the middle of all this.
Yeah.
And their identities.
Yeah, like what does it even mean to be from Jammu and Kashmir?
After all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we started in 1936.
A long time ago.
We went through the Quit Kashmir movement.
The accession.
The wars.
The uprising.
The changing status.
The international pressure.
Everything.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
And it's like every step of the way.
Yeah.
It's changed the lives of the people there.
And the region.
And the region.
And the world, honestly.
It's all connected.
It's all connected.
So here's a thought
Yeah.
for everyone listening. Given all this history, all this complexity,
Yeah.
where do you think this is all going?
Yeah, right.
I mean, what's the future of Jammu and Kashmir?
It's not an easy question.
It's not.
But it's one we all need to
think about.
Yeah.
Keep thinking about.
Because this story's not over.
Not at all.
Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
See you next time.